Joining us now on the dais from Thomas More, we have head coach Jeff Hans, student athletes Abby Owings, Olivia Huber, and Sydney Moss. We'll start with an opening statement from Coach Hans, and then we'll take questions for anyone on the dais.
Good afternoon. Hope everybody's doing well. I know we are. So we're excited to be here in Indianapolis, be able to play in the national championship game with Division I, Division II, and I don't know, we're down to about 27 hours now finally before we can play. So we're looking forward to it. Another long day to wait, but we'll be ready.
We'll take questions down here in the front.
Pat Eatonrob from the Associated Press. Jeff, can you just talk about this matchup between offense and defense that we're going to see tomorrow? You guys used to averaging 90 points a game. This is a team that holds people to 44 points a game. How do you stop them from being frustrated if they don't get their average, and what do you do to break down that defense?
It's a difference of two styles. There's no doubt about it, and we saw that last year in the semifinals, and we were able to come away with the win that day. And it's going to be the same thing, very similar to what we saw 2 weeks ago against Amherst up at Capital University in the semifinals, because depending on who you look at, one's one in defense, Amherst, and then Tufts two, or vice versa. So we know that, but we're okay with that. We can go half court. The biggest thing is for us to not lose our patience, especially on the defensive end, and give up easy baskets because we're trying to take too many chances. We want to keep them in front of us and be able to defend them, and then offensively get us good shots.
Question right here in the front.
Creighton Ramser from Hero Sports. Excuse me. Question for the players. Your campus is only 2 hours away from Indianapolis, down in the northern Kentucky, Cincinnati area, and from the sounds of it, sounds like you might be a large contingent of fans making the trip up I-74. Kind of like a couple weeks ago when they made the trip to Columbus. How big is that going to be for you guys heading into Monday's game, as far as the crowd support?
Can you start that, Sydney, and then we'll go down the line?
Yeah, it's going to be huge. I mean, just like a home game. Abby gets them all hyped up by waving her hands. Let's go. And, just having family and friends and everybody in the stands supporting us will be huge.
Yeah, like what she said, family and friends get to come watch us. That's huge for us, just like a home game. The crowd's all into it, and, makes us play better, makes us feel like we're at home. It's going to be exciting, though.
Yeah, like they both said, our fans gave us great energy, so we can feed off that as a team, and it's awesome to be able to play in front of most of our families again. So it's going to be great.
Question down here in the front.
Hey, Coach, Doug Feinberg, the AP. I was hoping to get your thoughts on the whole weekend so far, what it's been like being part of this Division I Final Four, having all three teams together, or all three divisions together. And on the second part, as a coach, having 2 weeks between the semis and finals, I got to think that's not something that's ideal for you guys preparing.
Yeah, the first part of that question, it's been a great experience to be able to get in here, go to the salute event on Friday night with the 7 other teams and be able to interact with them and be at the Speedway and get a little history lesson that some of these guys may not know about IndyCar racing, and then even the Brickyard 500 stuff, being out there and mingle, and then the fireworks display at the end was nice. The green screen shoot, we don't do that. Let's be honest. We don't have that stuff, and that's fine. And that's something that these guys will take forever with them, to be able to be a part of this, and that's what it's about, is the student-athlete experience. And for us at Thomas More and Tufts, and then Alaska Anchorage and Lubbock Christian, to be able to be a part of it for the first time ever, and they may come back as coaches and be at the Final Four convention, but it's an outside, but we're participants. And that's a big deal for women's basketball, and we're excited that we're fortunate enough to be a part of that. And to answer the second part of the question, 2 weeks, it's been a long time. I don't know. Tufts may have new offense in. They may have new defense. We may have new stuff. We'll find out tomorrow night. It's you got to practice. You got to do some stuff. We did a lot of shooting. I don't know, to try to improve on 35% last year against them. So we'll see if we can do that part of it. But I thought the Easter weekend, and I've said this many times, the Easter weekend fell perfectly for us because they were able to get away from each other. I was able to get away from them, to just relax and be with our families which is very important. And so I think it was good, and then we came back and had a few good days before we were able to get up here and enjoy this great experience.
Question in the back there.
Justin Sweeney from D3Sports.com for Sydney Moss. There's a lot of speculation when you came to Thomas More that maybe it was a temporary stopover. Instead, you thrived. By all accounts, you've been very happy. You've had a great basketball career. You've enjoyed your campus life. You've thrived in the classroom. What was it about it what about the D3 experience that worked for you personally?
I mean, first of all, it was, family comes first. And I was closer to family, mom, grandma, siblings and stuff like that. And then also it just felt right, getting there and meeting, coach and some of the other players, it felt like home. And, I felt like I fit in pretty well. They might think I'm a little weird sometimes, but
No doubt.
no, it just felt like home.
Question in the back there.
Hey, Coach Frank Agola from IUPUI. I was wondering, you had mentioned how got a very strong defense going up against a very strong offense. Do you have a number in mind? Like, if we get to this number of points, I think we're safe to win it.
Well, considering there's only been 8 games of the 31 that they've given up 50 or more, I would say if we can get to 60 again, I would feel good, but I don't even know if that's safe because they average about 60. So, offensively, I don't know. It's going to be a good game. It's going to be a great game, actually. 2 good teams playing, and we're looking forward to the challenge.
Question right here in the front row.
Hey, Coach, kind of a two-parter. Can you first of all, for those of us who haven't seen Sydney play, 3-time National Player of the Year, can you break that down for us, what she does that so well? And then part two, you're on this lengthy winning streak going for a defending national title. You got a 3-time National Player of the Year. Do you see the parallels with UConn, and do you think of your program as that kind of level on Division III?
The first part, talking about Sydney as a player, for those that haven't seen her play, I think for Sydney and our whole team, hopefully we can put on a pretty good show tomorrow. It's watching Sydney play. You're going to see somebody that is very unselfish. You're going to see her do things that you don't normally see a women's basketball player do, especially at our level. And it's fun, to see. It's fun to coach. And I think Abby and Olivia can tell you it's fun to play with her, because they know they better finish plays or they're not going to get a second chance. Length of the court pass, and if they don't make it, it's not coming a second time. She'll keep it and score herself the next time, and then that's your fault, But that's how she is. That's why she's number 1 in the country in assist-turnover ratio. That's why she's led the country in scoring, and and everybody talks about the numbers dropping, and I don't see it, but it's because the team has grown around and with Sid, and that's we're not here because of just one. It takes a team now. Getting Sydney to transfer in 3 years ago gave us that player to put us over the top, and to have that one. Everybody's got one. Brianna Stewart, she's pretty special, for them. I don't know Alaska Anchorage or Lubbock Christian very well, but those guys have special people. I mean, Kelsey Plum at Washington, they're special players, and then you have to have players around them, and that's what we have, and it's a whole team effort, and she knows that. Sydney will be the first one to tell you that she's got to have everybody else. She can't do it by herself, because it's not how we want to play. It's not family first. So that's hopefully she'll put on a good show, and the team will too. Parallel to UConn, I don't know. It's different ball games. I mean, there's just, you out to the salute and you watch them on TV, and you see 6'3", you see 6'2", and then you see them in 5-inch heels, and you're like, holy crap, they're 6'8". I mean, I thought we're pretty. We got 6'2" freshman Shelby Rupp, and she's like, I look small. Well, yeah, you do. Yes, sweetheart. Yeah. So and these guys are saying, Olivia's got some long arms, but nothing compared to what we saw the other night. So it's just a different. I don't know. I mean, do we want to match what they've done? Heck yeah, we do. I mean, but are we going to? I don't know. It's challenges, and it's challenge every year. And you got to recruit well. You got to play well. You got to be lucky, and hopefully we can continue it.
Question right here.
For the players, you faced this Tufts team last season in the semifinals in Grand Rapids, and now here you are, you face them in the championship game here in Indianapolis. Do you draw on the experiences from last season in Grand Rapids as you prepare for Monday night?
Do you want to start that, Sydney?
Yeah, I mean, from last year, obviously they have a different team, we have a different team, so I mean, I think it'll be, a great game like Coach said, but being there last year, obviously our experience, having Abby and Nikki as freshmen and, contributing so much last year that, they have that underneath their belt. So, I mean, I think we have pretty good experience from what we did last year.
Yeah, I think it only helps since we played them last year. We kind of have an idea of what they do, and obviously they have an idea of what we do. But the cool thing about this year, it's a new year, and there's bigger and better things to come. So we just have to, match their talent and just try our best.
Yeah, last year was a great experience for all of us, and I think it's going to really help us that Abby and Nikki did get more experience, and also having 5 seniors. I think that's going to help with the experience part of it. So.
We have time for one more question. Anything? Okay, one last question.
For all 3 of the players, I mean, you're here to play a game tomorrow, obviously, but I'm sure you've taken in the sights and enjoyed the Final Four, being the first time they've had all 3 divisions together. What's been your favorite memory so far of the weekend?
Sydney?
For sure the food. Police escorts, pretty cool. The salute Friday, taking a lap around, the Indy 500. I tried to get our bus driver to go a little bit faster, but he wouldn't. And then obviously, playing in this big arena, with the team I have and obviously coaches and stuff. So I think we're just excited to play, tomorrow, finally play tomorrow after 2 weeks off.
Yeah, I think the police escort thing's kind of cool. Like, you're driving down the street and everybody's looking at your bus. So, but yeah, it's been fun. The salute was awesome. The fireworks, and then getting to spend it with the 7 other teams. That was really fun, and it's just a great experience.
I agree with them. I think the experience at the Indy 500 was awesome because we got to interact with all the other teams. But I think we're all looking forward to the game tomorrow because that's what we've been working towards all year.
And just to piggyback on them, thank you WBCA, thank you NCAA for allowing us to be a part of this event. And it's, like I said before, it's truly amazing, and it's truly a great experience for these guys. We're so appreciative of what NCAA and WBCA have been able to do for us.
Great. Thank you, Coach.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
ladies.